Hello, boys and girls. Today we are going to talk about fables. We started talking about fables a little bit last week. So we're going to continue on with that and do some practicing with reading some today. So what is a fable? A fable is a short story that teaches a lesson, typically with animals as characters. And looking here at this diagram, things that we find in a fable would be animals that act like people. They might even talk. A moral. A moral is like the lesson. What does the character learn? There's usually a hero, a good guy, a villain, someone who's the bad guy, a character who has a weakness or a problem. Maybe they're selfish or maybe they're greedy. It has just a few characters, only 2 to 3, and the setting is usually outside. Today I'm going to read a fable to you off of Epic, and it's one that maybe you've heard before, and it's one that I really like. And I'm going to go ahead and show you how to do this paper. Today you're going to be reading a different fable and filling in the same sheet. So we're going to write down who our characters are, what's the problem. We're going to describe the fable. That means just kind of like retell it. And because these are short stories, this shouldn't be hard to do. And then what is the moral or the lesson? So I'm going to go ahead and read this story to you. This is The Boy Who Cried Wolf. Once there was a boy who had to look after a flock of sheep every day as they grazed near a village. One day it was raining and the boy was bored, so he decided to play a trick on the villagers. "Wolf, wolf!" he shouted as loudly as possible. "A wolf is attacking the sheep!" The villagers immediately ran to where the sheep were grazing. They ran as fast as the wind to drive away the wolf. When they rushed to the field and found the sheep were quite safe, the boy laughed and laughed. The villagers did not find it funny. The next day the boy shouted as loudly as possible, "Wolf, wolf! A wolf is attacking the sheep!" The villagers ran to the field as fast as the wind. Again they found the sheep were safely grazing on the lush green grass. The boy laughed more than ever, but the villagers found it even less funny. On the third day a wolf really did come. "Wolf, wolf!" shouted the boy as the sheep ran in all directions, trying to escape from the wolf. "Oh, please come quickly!" the boy cried. But none of the villagers took any notice of his cries. No one ran to the field because they thought the boy was playing tricks, just as he had done before. And here the story actually tells us the lesson right at the bottom, if you haven't figured it out, is if you tell lies, no one will believe you when you tell the truth. How important it is to have trust. So let's go ahead and, here we are, fill in our sheet. Now I have added text boxes in all of these. When you do your fable, when you read your fable today and you fill out the paper, you'll also need to add text boxes, okay? So now this one, the characters in here, the main character was the boy and the villagers. There were sheep and a wolf, okay? What is the problem? Ooh, the boy is bored and tells lies. No one believes him when he tells the truth. How would you describe this fable? Well, I kind of was starting to do it over here. A boy is bored and lies to the villagers about seeing a wolf. They don't believe him when a wolf really comes. Okay. Going back to the problem, I think let's make the problem actually be a wolf attacks the sheep and no one helps. So the moral of the lesson, the moral or the lesson is do not lie, or people won't believe you when you tell the truth. Okay. So you are going to fill out a paper just like I did with the fable that I am going to have you read. You are going to go on to Epic today. You're going to search for the book, The Tortoise and the Hare. Maybe you've heard of that story before, The Tortoise and the Hare. And I have an image of what it looks like here. You're going to need to type it in, spell it correctly. This is a book you need to read yourself, and you should all be able to read it. So you're going to go ahead and read The Tortoise and the Hare. And then the form that I just did, you will find that on Google Classroom under under classwork. You'll need to click on your work to open it. You're going to need to add text boxes to complete the paper. Okay, otherwise you can't write on it. I know you've used the pencil before, but that won't work on this. You're going to add a text box. So that is what you're doing today. So again, a fable is a short story that teaches a lesson, typically with animals as characters. In The Boy Who Cried Wolf, it was more about a boy and the villagers than the animals, but many times it is animals. And in fact, in the story you're going to read, it is animals. Okay. And then if you have any extra time, go ahead and check out some of the other cool fables on Epic. All right. Thanks, boys and girls.